All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vibrant. We are here to uh, learn how to record on Logic. Okay, so essentially, everything you need to know as far as recording and stuff. This is your one-stop shop. Okay, so before anything, I want to show you guys the setup that I have currently, just so you can understand why I do the things that I do. So just so you can see exactly how I'm working here. So I have my microphone right here sitting there, and then I have my warm audio set up here. This is pretty much all warm audio. And then as you can see, I have freaking Logic there, the keyboard, all that fun stuff. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you guys that is just so you can see that obviously it's different for I have a different setup, in this aspect. So essentially what we're going to do is you'll have your interface connected to the mic with the XLR cable, or if you connect directly to your laptop via USB-C. Honestly, audio interface is probably more effective in order to do this. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you guys how to line this up properly on your DAW. Doesn't have to be Logic, obviously. So I have a beat here that I just imported right now that I'm gonna be working on, and yeah, it's a beat that I'm thinking about purchasing. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna show you guys how the recording works. So first things first, obviously you need to have the BPM in your DAW locked in. That is the most important thing. Okay, if you do not have it locked in, editing will be way harder. I promise you, it's gonna be way harder, and it's just not gonna be fun. So I already know the BPM, but the way to find the BPM is you can use there's like web apps that you can like upload them to, and it'll tell you the key, it'll tell you the BPM, and everything else you need to know about the track. So I have a program that's already, that I purchased. It's called Mixed In Key. It's mainly for DJs, but all you have to do is just take in the file. So I have the file here, for example. Just drag it in here, and it'll rename it for me automatically as it processes, and it gives me the key as well. So that's cool. Obviously, I knew it was 86, but now, it's 86 confirmed because it read it and it went through all the motions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and change the BPM. As you can see, it changed it looked like it stretched the audio, but I promise you it didn't. It just put it in the grid formation. That way, when you're doing edits or flying a hook, it's way easier to move it over. So for example, right here is the first beat. Always hits where the kick is. And if you loop it, let's say 4 bars. See what I'm saying? It loops perfectly. So now that we have that, we are ready to set up the recording process. So obviously, what you'll do is you'll open a new audio track, and then you'll select the input that your mic is connected to on the interface. So it'll be whether you have like a one mic port interface, or if you have a 2, then it'll be input 1 or input 2 depending on where you plug it in. So obviously I have multiple. So in this instance, this mic that I have here that I showed you guys is input 2. So output is fine, all that's fine. Record enable, all that. We just have to create one, okay? As soon as you do that, boom, you have what is an audio track in order to use under the recording process. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself real quick here on the console. That way you don't hear me double. Okay, so now you can hear me on the microphone here. Okay, so obviously there's no processing on it. This is just the same exact sound that's coming out of my normal mic. So what we want to do is we want to make sure our buffer size is as low as it can be. That way we get the least latency. Why is that? So that it does take up more computing power, but it helps with recording. Even me, like recording as much as I can hear a delay right now in my vocals. So Logic luckily has a trick called low latency mode, which completely eliminates any latency at all. So I have it up here already ready to go, so it completely eliminates that. So right now I have it enabled. I believe, I don't remember what the original shortcut was, but you can bring it up here in the customized control bar. Let's see, it is right here on the right hand side in modes and functions. So you can just click that and then you just have it here. It's going to be this little like pi symbol, low latency. Okay, so obviously I have pressed record enable on it, so that means that you can start recording as soon as you press the record button up here. It'll start recording, as you can see. But the next thing we need to do after we have the input ready is to get the gain levels properly situated. So on my preamp that I showed you guys, I have a mic level. On the interface, I have it at 0. So if you don't have this equipment, you would run it through the interface, you put it under mic, and you would adjust the gain in order to get the right levels. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm just gonna be doing it on the actual preamp just to get the right levels, and then from there we'll figure out whether we need to bring it up, bring it down. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. I'm just gonna say some bullshit just to you wanna be able to do the performance in a way that's like how you're actually gonna do it at that volume that you want to be at. Because if not, then you're gonna be doing it quiet and then you bring up the gain too much and then you get screwed over. So let's go ahead and start recording here. Yeah. Oh, sorry, one more thing. What I'm going to be paying attention to is in the DAW right here, this number, I want it to be around 9 to 12 decibels, minus 9 or 12. Okay, so that is usually the goal. So I'm just gonna do a quick I have a verse already ready for this, so let me just pull that up real quick. All right, so let me just copy and paste this into, hold on, let me see. All right, so I have my notepad here just ready to record. I forgot the letter. All right, I'm ready to go. So let's go ahead and do a test run just to figure out where the levels landed. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah. Yeah. Try to lock me in a cage, I break out. Like acne on a bad day, I squeeze out. There's a dozen ways to go out. Choose one, I bust a few guns before I crash out. Built a couple rumors that they never found out. Guess the allegations in the Everglades. Alright, so we got 3-4 bars recorded already. So we're gonna go ahead and press play in the area where I was doing that, and we'll pay attention to the levels, okay? Since there was nothing on the actual track, it'll sound like how the real recording sounded like. Try to lock me in a cage, I break out. Like acne on a bad day, I squeeze out. There's a dozen. I'm sorry, I have to disable the recording. Enable, hold on. Try to lock me in a cage, I break out. Like acne on a bad day, I squeeze out. There's a dozen ways to go out. Choose one, I bust a few guns before I crash out. Built a couple rumors that they never found out. Guess the allegations in the Everglades. Okay, so what you noticed was that there was it was peaking around -5. So on my actual preamp, I'm gonna bring it down by 1. Obviously, bring it down until you bring it down by like 6 or so. So that is when you'll have the sweet spot that you are craving for. So the next thing that we would want to do is have plugins on your track so you can hear how it's gonna sound when it's mixed. So what does that mean? So what that means is that you'll be able to hear yourself in a more pleasing way, so it doesn't affect you mentally and affect the performance of when you're actually recording and stuff. So when you do record, you want to be able to feel comfortable, and be able to nail the performance that you want to have, and that's going to be the main factor. So as you can see, I have a record track already made here. So I'll usually have a noise plugin, and this one right here, I'll have a little bit of noise reduced. I'll have a EQ just to take out the lows of the space. I'll have a de-esser, that way it's not too sharp on my ears when I'm hearing myself. I'll have a compressor, obviously, to tame the dynamics of the sonics. I'll have a sonic enhancer. You could also use like a harmonic EQ or something like that. It's kind of like the same factor, kind of the same mindset of that. And then I have another EQ just in case I want to do any edits depending on who I'm recording, because I obviously don't just record myself. So, and then also down here I have a bus running into reverb, so that also helps with the pleasingness of the vocals when you're hearing yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to this so you can hear what the difference is. Hello. Whoa, goddamn. Hello. That's a major difference right there. All right. So let's go ahead and try to nail this take right here, and I believe we're ready to go. So we have our levels ready to go. All we need to do is record and we'll be good to go. So actually, this reverb is a little too much, so I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and start recording. Let's do it. Try to lock me in a cage, I break out. Like acne on a bad day, I squeeze out. No, let's not do that. Let's try that again. Let's get closer. Try to lock me in a cage, I break out. Like acne on a bad day, I squeeze out. There's a dozen ways to go out. Choose one, I bust a few guns before I crash out. Built a couple rumors that they never found out. Guess the allegations in the Everglades. Cleaning demons out the water, that's the price to pay. Now I'm going underwater, sipping cabaret. Ain't with the bullshit, you bitch. Do a full split, you spitting up the mic like a puppet. Stepping out the pulpit, I'm sick of the new script. All you do is fuck around, do nothing. I'm the man for the job, you a fan with no mob. Blowing smoke up my ass, got no drive with no fob. I'ma fight for this, I got Ali spirit. They can post they pain, but mine they fear it. That's interesting. Why does it sound like that? Yeah, I got myself. Yeah. I guess the volume's too loud on my ears. That's probably what it is. All right, let's. So the next thing, obviously, is you want to have a second track to put it on with a with the same mix that you just recorded with. So what we can just do, you know, obviously in a scenario that you just have an empty project, you can just Command D, and then you'll have a second recording. So let's say I had messed up around one of these areas here. Let me go ahead and take off the notepad here. Let's say I had messed up like right here or something. Stepping out the pulpit, I'm sick of the new script. All you do is fuck around, do nothing. I'm the man for the job, you a fan with no mind. So let's say I can just go ahead and click there, click delete that, and then I'll start from here. Ain't with the bullshit, you bitch, do a full split. You spitting up the mic like a puppet. Stick him in the pulpit, see what I'm saying? So that's usually how it goes. So then after that, you obviously edit the project, and you comp everything together. So that is kind of like a topic for another time, but that's kind of like the reality of that. So that is how you record. I hope you guys got some value out of this, and I hope you get to recording, man. Click on the link up here if you want to watch another video of mine, and yeah, stay blessed, man. Take care.